So we are back, some technical issues, and let's go and see, because there's happened a lot of stuff. Let's go here, and I just see, so that's fine. In this position, knight take b5, c take b5, what this happened? And now, of course, the question is how to continue. One possibility is, of course, to play simply knight to f3. That seems normal. Knight to f3 maybe, and then queen b7 or something like that, or queen b7 or something like that immediately. Could also be possible, you know, just to avoid rook knight to e7, and then take back on e7 if the knight moves to e7, and black is winning, I guess. So it seems like black is having a very strong position here, because he's got one extra pawn, and not the least there are weaknesses on the white squares. So if white cannot do anything about this strong knight on d5, then he will simply have a worse position. And from what I can see, that if black just plays something like queen b7, he will have a good position. So let's go and see the top board. There's a lot of stuff happening here. So c to b5 is just the castling, rook c8, rook c1, queen d5, knight f3 like I said, we took, and the bishop took. Okay, we don't want to take with a2 is hanging, with the bishop, he took with the bishop, rook c8, rook c8, correct, correct, pressure. So rook c8 came, bishop a3 might be a good move actually, because now you cannot move this knight without this bishop here hanging. So we played bishop f8 in this situation. Somehow I was in this position. The question is now, because I like this move, bishop a3. And the question is, was this really correct by black to play like this? I don't know. Like I said, I like just to take away this bishop here and play slowly and have a little bit simpler game. But okay. Instead, rook c8, bishop a3, bishop f8 just to protect yourself like this. And the question is now what white should do. One problem, of course, is that this pawn here is hanging all the time. The question is how to protect this pawn. Because if you make like rook c1, you can probably just swap off and take the pawn on a2. And if black will get one of these pawns on a2, b5, he will have a better structure in the center, because f4, d4 is not ideal. And when you have this kind of bishop on b7, you know, with this fantastic long diagonal down towards g2. So, okay, let's see what is happening in this game. King f8 came, rook ec1, and he took on f6. That was where we left. Bishop take, and now b4. And like I said, what should black do here? Is it e5 after all, or something like that? Just try to do something, I don't know, or even e6 maybe, something like that, because you need to open up in a way for your bishop. I think e6 is maybe it's needed. Yeah, because you cannot, for example, this doesn't work, because then you have this, I guess, like this. And as you can see, okay, you know, if you take here, you take here, and the two rooks are hanging. So instead, you know, this is a little bit of a trick. So, but if you take here, I guess, you know, something like this might be possible. Is it possible? No, maybe not, because then knight d4 might, you know, that might be one. This probably is just strong. This is hanging, and I guess white is winning here. Huh? So instead, if you do that, probably you have to take it with a queen like this. But on the other hand, this, for me, seems to be quite a good choice for black if this occurs, because now it's open up. Okay, you get a weakness here, but at least you have the bishop now, and this is hanging a little bit looser than before with the pawn on d5. So I would be happy if this is happening. So the question is e6. What? Because now you threaten us to take here and d5, and what to do? Can you play this move? Very strange move. Is that possible? Okay, then maybe I'm wrong. What is happening here? Because now the idea is that if you take on c4, you take on f5. So maybe that is why this is not possible. So check here. What should black do? King take, is that possible? No, I don't think so. It looks too strange. So what else can you do? Can you do... This is simply winning for white, huh? So what is the catch here? Is it this move? Take, take, take. But this is simply a winning position for white. So okay, so there are some tactical problems here. Okay, so in the end, I don't know, and e5 you do not want to play, huh? Or maybe you do, because now you threaten to play bishop g5. Okay, maybe e5 then. And then at least, you know, you get rid of your weak pawn on e7. And if you can go back with queen to d7, bishop back, f5, you can get some counterplay. Of course, b5 will come, but, you know, it's not so easy to push this down. You can put maybe your bishop on b6 or something like this diagonal to play it through d8 to b6, and then you have a possibility to get a, you know, quite a safe position, I would say. So maybe e5 is a move to play. What worries me again is, look at the time. Francesco Zonis has only used 33 minutes, 32 minutes. Corson is down to 6 minutes left. And in this tournament, there is no extra time given. So it's only 90 minutes plus 30 seconds per move, which means that Corson will soon be down to only 30 seconds per move. And if these tactical situations continue, it's not easy. So rook a8 came. The idea is, of course, if a b5, then you take, and then you have something to do with your rook on the a file. He's desperately trying to find some kind of counterplay. Rook d1, simply protecting the deep. I'm not sure this is the most correct move, but it's also typical Zonis just to, you know, play safe, give it a little bit extra support to this pawn. Now the question is if e6 is possible to play. I would actually, well, maybe not. I don't know, maybe this is still not a good move. Maybe there is something he sees here. Well, I don't know. Rook d1, queen d7 came. Okay, ready to protect himself. g3, simple, good move. And again, you know, it's, again, this pragmatic approach, Zonis, is quite impressive, because this is, if you remember, Judith Polgar, who was joining me Monday. She said that an important thing with this time of time that we have here in Uppsala, it makes it even more important to not going always for the strongest moves, but actually also to play good moves or good enough moves that will keep you in better time. And here you can see 5 minutes left for Corson. This is, and still, no doubt, white has got an easier and better position. This will not be easy. So what happened? And this was a strange choice. Bishop f8. Now he took on b4. Okay, the only thing maybe, but I'm a little bit worried about that. No, well, okay, maybe still, maybe, you know, like I said before, I would have preferred to take on d3, but also in this position, there is no doubt that there is good counterplay for black, because you can play like bishop a5, bishop b6 and go for this pawn. That will be a weakness. And these pawns here will be weak if, you know, this bishop comes to life and can, you know, get into the position and be more active, like on this diagonal or something like that. So I would be, and also if the queen moves, the knight to d5, this can be a weakness, and you can hardly protect it with g3 as long as we have this fantastic diagonal. So it's, you know, it's pros and cons. So I'm not sure, because okay, you actually you keep your best bishop in a way, but yeah, okay. There are also this type of, you know, bishop c3 is maybe a threat. You know, if you say a4, then bishop c3, rook here, and queen. Is this possible to play like this? g4. Aha, you have, maybe you can take on c3 and h7 and take on c. I didn't see that. Otherwise, the idea was that you go for the d4 pawn. So okay. Okay, maybe that is a good move then, but I'm not sure he played this. Okay, so he's fighting well, like I said about Khan. He's fighting very well in this position. It seems like he strategically has got big problems. He's got a pawn extra, but you know, the compensation is there. But he's fighting, and it's not. I'm not sure how Elam will win it. But okay, instead rook c1 came, and now of course this pawn is hanging here. And what will happen if you simply grab this pawn? Okay, take, I guess, take. And now the question is, if you have some, you know, this is can be a weakness, but I'm a bit afraid that to play this like this move, because maybe it's okay, but I guess the can play bishop b7, threatening mate, and yeah, this is, maybe there are better moves than that. I don't know, because it's not so dangerous if you take on f7. So okay, rook take a2. Now the question is, now what is the idea of white now? Is it to go for knight c6 maybe, like this? Is that possible? You know, just to threaten the bishop, and you threaten here and here and a little bit like that. Then the question is should we go here? I mean, I still prefer black, but you know, the rooks, it's good that the rooks is off, because then it's not so dangerous against the white king. And there's no doubt that the white king was more in danger of getting an attack against it. So okay, so there's still a fight. I would say that Elam has got some advantage, but he's fighting well, so yeah, we'll see. Let's go to this Payekin then. That was this strange situation. King g2, take on b5. We saw this position, and I believe that queen b7 would come, but actually knight d3 came, and that is in a sense a very solid choice, because if you take, like, if you play this, take, I don't know if this, maybe this is actually, is this more or less winning now, this move? Because now you threaten the bishop, but you also threaten to play e3 check, and there is a diagonal here, and this one is hanging. So in this position, after take on e7, queen b7, what can you do? You need to do something like this, but then maybe h6, and yeah, well, I think black is simply winning, so it's not possible to do that. So okay, so instead of knight e7, then this was a very strong move, I think. Knight to d3, because you're also threatening here. Queen f5. No, this is, I think that he's simply winning. Knight f6, he took, and now queen f5 looks normal. Yeah, look at this. It's very, you know, more or less winning for black, this position. Bishop c3. Okay, you have one good thing, and that is the bishop on the diagonal. Queen f3, queen g1. Now you simply need to play some strong moves, I guess, with black, and you'll be winning. The first thing you think of is, of course, to play e3 in this position, because if pawn take, you take with the rook. But the question is, of course, what is happening with this move? Maybe this. I don't know. Just take a look at this position. To take with the queen. You take with the queen here, here, and e2. Is that the way to play? Rook e1. This maybe. No, not correct. Okay, rook a8, of course. Now bring in the next rook. And probably this is simply winning for black, because even though you are a piece down, it feels like, you know, you can give a check and you can go down with the rooks and so on. So I guess this is winning, but okay, normally you want to do something safer than that. King g1. What do you do here then? You know, you can probably just play something safe, like, can you play like rook e6 maybe, like this? Is that a good move? Because if now the only threat he's got in this position is maybe to play like queen h6, and but then you can play after. My idea was that after rook e6 you can go for queen h6, you can play f6 in this position, and, you know, simply win by, you know, putting the rooks on the right squares, and you have this fantastic knight. It's a threat here. You can, okay, you could, of course, in this position you could start with this check, and then you know, something like f6 or some. So okay, yeah, I think black will win this game. I cannot say that there is any real danger of making mistakes here. So yeah, dominating. We can see that. Let's see what move we have got. Yeah, he took on Alam took on a2, and now the question is about this position. Take, and we have this. And if black can play bishop b7, and again, there is no doubt, maybe go bishop a5, bishop b6, no doubt black will have a better game. So you need to be fast here. You need to be fast here to do something. That's why I want to find a way to disturb the good, you know, the good connection between the black pieces. I want to find something here. Maybe there is, you know, like, again, I mean, this move looks strange, but we can always try because of bishop. No, I don't like that. So let's go for this move, knight c6, like that. Threatening the bishop. So bishop f8, I guess, need to come. And then at least, you know, the bishop will have more problems reaching b6 and putting pressure on the pawn on d4. So and of course, you know, if there is a queen swap now, this pawn can be weak. So maybe it's time, I don't know, to try to swap queens here, you know, like queen d2 or something like that. Get a check here. Maybe it's, you know, maybe it's okay for white. I still it must be black that has got the better prospects, but I think he has played some some good moves lately. Khan fighting well as always. And now we'll see how he should continue to keep the position level. Okay, let's go to, just to take this position. You saw that Sonis is now just keeping the position, you know, holding, and then saying to black, okay, I know your only move is e6 if you want to be active, but I will take it and you will have a new weakness. Are you ready for that? h5, h4, and just putting up the pieces, rook ac8, and you see the time. Clearly advantage for the Italian. b5 came now. Okay, that's a good move, I guess, because now you're putting more pressure on black. Rook b1, and finally e6, you know. Maybe you should have played that earlier on, because now this pawn is protecting the c6 knight. That means that if you take on e6, you know, you not have to be so worried, because you have the protection of the knight. So e6, or maybe you just wait in this position, don't do anything. I don't know, because now you also have the possibility to play something like rook a4 and a7 could be possible, because that's the drawback of a move like e6. I mean, for example, this, if you go rook a8, then you can take here, and if you take with the rook, then you can take on e6, and this pawn will be hanging. So if you take with the queen, it's a bit strange positioned here. So it simply feels that there is maybe something, I don't know, something like this, and maybe this, and b6, b7 is coming, maybe, I don't know. Or if there is any stronger moves, maybe. I don't know. Also this move, queen a5. And then you have to judge if this pawn can run later on its own. Just to take back b6, b7, knight to c6. It is on the verge, and that's why it takes so much time, you know. e6 came, and then b6 simply came. Okay, maybe this is very strong. You need a bit of a calculation. That's why I said also I was a bit worried, because the calculation in this game has not really started when it comes to the final stage. And then you need more than 2 minutes. 51 is much better, of course. And to take on d5, queen take d5. Then maybe there is moves like rook e5, actually. It's a strong move. Well, because now the idea is if you take with the knight, the queen is hanging. And so this is maybe a trick, you know. So what is his idea here? Aha. Does he want to play this? Knight a5. This is a nice move. And if you go here, I guess you simply take here, 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 and here. Huh? And you can say it's a fantastic position. You now you probably just play knight c4. This pawn is so strong. So this is the idea: b6, e take d5, and now knight a5. The only trick I could see here is to take like this, this. But I guess this is simply winning after queen c2, so it was not much. Huh? So is there any other tricks here? So knight a5 was my idea here, this. So anything else can do? Okay, this was played. E take d5, knight a5. He's playing very strong, I believe. Okay, you've finished. Okay. So we are still a little bit behind on the screen, so we maybe wait for 5 minutes because we have a delay, and then you can come back. Thank you very much. Okay, we wait for 5 minutes. Okay, and so we will soon come back to this game, and just let's take a look at this game because here E3 came. Maybe you want to come. Even so, you can come and sit down and we can comment some other games here because we have with us now, I'll just take a look. 2 seconds, I show you this position because now you can come closer to me so that you are seen. That's good. And because now I have actually, I now have with me Francesco Sonis from Italy.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Yes. And your game is finished, but we have a delay of 15 minutes, so we will soon see.
I don't know.
You don't know the result. Yeah. Yes. So he will keep a secret for you. What is the result of the game against Korsen? But I said in our position already that you are having a good position, better on time. So I thought you had good chances to win. Yeah. And that is not a secret that normally those players who join into the studio when it's comments given, they normally win their games because otherwise they run to the hotel room and start to box on their pillow or something like that. That's good. So before we go into this game, your game, maybe you could tell me a little bit about yourself and your chess career so far.
Okay. I started when I was 9, and because my parents gave me as a present a chessboard. So I went to a chess club in my city, Oristano, in Sardinia.
Yes, you're from Sardinia in Italy, yeah. And yes.
And yeah, I started doing tournaments and things go well. And I won European Youth under 16. And recently I arrived fourth in World Youth.
Yes.
Tied for first. So
actually, you had the same point as the winner. It was a very close race, and it was a great achievement by you. And you're also Grandmaster.
Yeah, from 1 year.
1 year ago.
Yeah.
And you are, how old are you?
I'm 20.
You're 20 years old. So last time in this tournament then. Okay, so are you a professional chess player?
Not 100%. I still study at university, computer science. And okay, let's see what chess do and then continue at university.
Would you like to become a chess professional?
Well, this is a difficult question. Maybe yes.
Yes.
But I have always the second option.
Of course. That is actually what Judith, that was joining us on Monday. I asked her, can you give some advice to the players and so on? And she said, it's good to make your studies as well, because it's not so easy always to become a chess professional as well. Okay, so now right now you're still at the university, but you're playing as much as you can. Is that the situation? Okay. So could you tell me a little bit about chess life on Sardinia? Because I know a little bit about Corsica and so on, but I don't know so much about Sardinia. Yes.
Since a few years ago, there were not so many tournaments. Only one important. But basically this year doesn't have place. So well, in the last years, in the next years, they will try to make some good tournaments because we have the World Amateur in April. Yeah. And many other tournaments will come, I think.
No, actually, that is something I've seen, that there have been some, lately there have been some tournaments in Sardinia that I've seen. Not the least this organization arranging the Amateur World Championship. They have been there many times, I guess, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so chess life in that sense is growing a bit on Sardinia. That's
before was there was not so many there were not so many tournaments, so I have to always to take a plane to go to Italy or somewhere else.
Yes, because Sardinia is connected to Italy, Corsica is to France, so you don't have any connections,
No,
even
no,
though they
no.
are close at all. Okay, and when it comes to Italy, what would you say about chess life in Italy then?
Okay, we
Overall, is
don't-
it very different from Sardinia, or do you, do you have close cooperations and so
They
on?
have a lot of chess clubs.
Mm-hmm.
That is better. Okay, we have few grandmasters, but we are trying to improve since from the youngs.
Yes, because you are part of the national team of Italy. I know Vocaturo, I know, but you have some strong players beside that as well. You're playing on board four or something?
board for and okay, we have Moroni.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good talent. Then Lodici
Mm-hmm.
is young too. They are 22.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have some grandmaster, but a bit older, but
Yes.
not old, but older.
Yeah.
Like Basecchi and Brunello.
Yes, of course.
And
Yes.
that's all.
Of course. Yes. Yeah. I think I played Brunello sometime, but
Really?
but I think it was a long time back. I don't play any so much anymore, but long time back. So all the guys sometimes I have had a chance to play with. Okay, so would you say now have you had any trainers, or do you have any like friends you train with, or what is the culture of
Actually,
doing that?
I don't have any trainer
Mm-hmm.
at the moment. It's okay. I'm focusing on the university last year, so okay.
Not so
Maybe,
much time for that.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, and what do you say of the tournament so far? Because now you're in the lead. You have been there most of the time, and you have had some tough battles. But what is your conclusion?
I'm playing quite decent.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, many games I played not really decent. Like yesterday. Yesterday was very tough game. I didn't remember the opening, and I was worse. But I managed to hold, so it's good.
Yeah, you fight very well. As I said, so far when I've seen your games, it seems like you are very, you don't make many mistakes. I mean, bigger mistakes. So it's like if I compare with the other players, they do some tactical mistakes, they do some mistakes, but the mistakes you do seems to be smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And you have managed somehow to, you have taken your chances. And I'll put up this mic. No, it seems like you have been taking your chances and you have not made so many mistakes as the others.
Yeah.
You think that's correct?
Yeah. How we play, actually.
But also, I thought about another thing that we also saw today is that you seem to have a little bit of a pragmatic approach, because you are not nearly always you have better time than your opponent.
Yeah, I'm very fast in calculation and stuff like this, and.
So is that like a choice you do? Because it's also, from my point, when I played, like I said, it is now long ago, but then we never had this with time increment, or this time we normally had a little bit longer time. Now it seems like you need to, and that was also something that Judith said. She said that some players, they want to play the best move all the time. Sometimes with this time control and so on, you need to say, okay, but let's make a good move. Yeah. And sometimes that is a better approach. I don't know. How do you see that?
Yeah, I think it is more practical and more easy to play. If you see a good move, just play it, not think another one. And well, okay, I think that this is a good approach. And at the moment, I do like this. Sometimes I have bad moves. Like today, I played too fast queen d2.
Yes, I saw that. I thought h3 was normal move.
Yeah, that was a very big mistake.
Yeah, because you have such a good position, I believe. If you just keep him cramped and so on. But okay, let's go to your game actually now, because I think it is done. Let's see here if I can see your game. Here we have here. And we go back like this. So what do you say about the game?
Okay, the opening game, I don't know if we got to play d5.
Yeah, because here, you know, I don't know, g6 and this line after e3, knight f6, d4, it is take, and here if you play the here.
Okay, here is d5 in the move.
Yeah.
Because
in this position, yeah.
Yeah, and he already played it. Okay. I was expecting d5, but
because he played after bishop g7, I would say that you have a quite an easy game. Huh?
yeah.
Did he say that afterwards, that he forgot to play d5?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
And then, okay, because it's a good structure, because like Marxi,
Mm-hmm.
but when you have already taken in d5,
Mm-hmm.
and you have all pieces.
So here d5 is more like the normal move.
d5,
mm-hmm.
knight d5, queen b3.
Yeah.
Knight c3, bishop c4.
Here, like this.
Yeah.
And we have probably
e6 or knight d5 is me.
And now you cannot take with you take like this.
Yeah,
of course.
And here bishop d7 is the move. And something like bishop d3, knight a5.
Sorry, what did you say?
Knight a5.
Knight a5. Okay. Yeah.
And queen d1.
Queen d1, something like this.
The castle and something like this.
And then we have these two pawns here, like this structure. That can be good. This is a bit strange to have played e6, and you have some.
I always see the ideas like h4, h5, and.
Aha, so you would even maybe put your king on f1 and then just go for this.
Maybe this is too much.
Too much, maybe. Okay, but still okay. So this was the game you expected to.
Yeah.
So d5 now, knight b8, probably the only move, and well, I guess bishop b2.
This is normal.
Yeah. Castle, d6, and I like knight d4, and I thought that already here. I thought that you had quite a pleasant position.
He doesn't have a counterplay.
No.
Doesn't know how to put his piece and.
Exactly, because one problem that I said to the audience here is also that e6, you know, then this will be weak if you take. a6, b5 will also give like this kind of squares, you know, so it's not easy to be active. Then, of course, and you know that, if you have this kind of position where you have much more space and your opponent is cramped, you do not want to swap off pieces. Yeah. So that's, I guess, why you said this queen d2 later on.
Very bad. Worse than loses a piece.
No, I don't think. No, I don't. No, I think that's too much. But okay.
For me, it's like.
For me, it's like, because also, this is also what I said when I saw this position, that I thought this suits you well, because I've so far, because when I've seen your games here, it seems also that you are very good in building up the pressure step by step. That seems like a good strength that you have. And here you have this type of position that will, that I guess exactly what suits you.
Yeah, I can play bishop f1.
That's what actually what I thought. I said that probably bishop f1. I said actually here, but I'm not sure.
Because I remember some game in World Youth that went bishop f1, bishop g4, queen c2.
Sorry, what bishop g4? Yeah.
Queen c2. And I remember I saw this position. I thought about knight d4, but it was just bad.
Knight d5 or no?
Knight d5. I can take on d5 with.
Yeah, no, but I thought you said
knight
no.
d4.
E4.
F4.
What FE4 here?
Yeah, but
like
I can take with rook. So
yes,
I
of course.
Something like this. But I was not sure, so I played bishop e3.
Okay, but still, I guess this. No, sorry. Bishop e3 came instead. And he started, yes, if you cannot have any active possibilities, you need to start to swap off pieces. So I guess that makes sense in that way. And bishop f3 here. And now, yeah, but you won the game. You still have a better position after this as well, you know. So yes, I think so. Yeah. Yes, for sure, you have a slightly better position still, you know. But here again, the only way, you know, h3 here to take away bishop g4, you know, this possibility that came in the game. Yeah, I understand what you mean. But maybe this is what's happening when you play a little bit fast, that you. Yeah. Okay, so because after queen d2, then suddenly black had the chance to play bishop g4 and to swap off pieces, like I said. And with every piece that is removed from the board, it will make his work easier, you know. But even so, I think that from my perspective, this is something I've been thinking a lot about when it comes to talent development and so on, is that I think that what is a challenge for players is to also to take a mistake. You know, if you make a mistake like you did here, a little bit of a mistake, just okay. This is the new situation. Just come on and fight.
Yeah, that's very important.
I think it's very. I mean, for example, Khan, I think is fantastic with that because his play is a little bit up and down, but it's always good in fighting in all kind of positions. At least that is my impression. So okay, Bishop G5. Now you had to. Did you see the mistake immediately?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You understood. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. No, because I mean, even in this position, I think White has got an easier game. So.
Yeah,
But it's not the same, yes, because this bishop was quite bad on c8, yeah. Okay, so rook e8. But what should Black do here? What do you think? Do you think he played correctly?
Rook e8, I think is
Yeah, it's correct, huh?
because I was threatening rook e2, rook a1.
Exactly.
And if I play rook e2 now, he can play rook c8, and sometimes I have problems with d5.
Yeah. So far you are, because the question is, how should he create something, or what should he do in this position? You know, I think he was fighting quite well, but it seemed like you all through the game you had like the upper hand. Was my feeling. You have to correct me if I'm.
No, okay. I will play b5, but I don't know.
Because I thought that somewhere, here. I wanted to find a way to play e6. I think that you need to do that at some moment to get some play, but I couldn't find when to do it in the best way. Because here it's also was this some kind of tactical stuff here. Huh?
Yeah.
E6, F, take rook. You have the knight e7 check trick.
Yeah, I can play.
So, so king f8 was in that sense logical, just to get out of that fork. But okay. So somewhere here, here I try to, yeah. So what is your threat here?
Nothing, but you can play rook c7, rook e8.
Yeah, because of this you play this, huh?
Maybe bishop f6. Okay, yeah, even this. No, okay.
I think it's okay, huh?
Yeah.
So rook c7 is not a good move, but somewhere here I try to make this work, e6, because at least now. With this pawn away, there might be some chances to get some kind. But
the problem is that I can take on f6 and play b4.
Like this?
Yeah.
Just go for this plan like you had.
And then g3, and my king is safe.
If you take here.
Okay, now maybe there is queen e6 that is a bit annoying. So maybe g3 instead of b4.
So in this position, g3, like this. And then take. And now this.
Okay, queen d3.
I mean, my point is, I still believe that White is better. I just try to do, because I think he was so cramped all the way. So I wanted to find some way to get something at least, And queen d3, maybe try to do something here, But okay. But I agree. I understand. It's not so. Here at least it seems like you have some kind of play, Okay, so you took on f6.
Yeah.
Took on f6 and b4. Yeah, and now again, I wanted to try it because this is rook a8 is,
Yeah, okay.
But what to do? The only idea is actually if you play b5, then you open up the a file, But yeah, I don't know. Again, I would have loved to play something like that. I don't know if did you have any. Another idea I had here was the question was, should you try to do something like this, just to to get some weaknesses?
Maybe I can play queen d4. Yeah.
In this position?
Yeah, queen d4.
You can play this maybe.
And
some tricks again. But okay, yeah, they are right. Maybe this is not so.
And then to go back to d1.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I don't know.
Then maybe Then no, okay, but still, I try to look at this, but I'm not sure if there was because you
maybe here there is knight d4.
Exactly, there was a lot of tactical tricks here. So So another yeah, that now I remember what we discussed was e6, and I came to this conclusion. Then I thought about e5.
Yeah, but closing like this.
Exactly. So this is correct. So I was not sure. Do you really want to do that? And because the only thing is, if you take it. So the question is, would you have taken it, or would you just continue now?
Yeah.
And because I thought that then maybe you could try to play something like bishop g8, or something like that, or. But I still think, no doubt, white is better. So so it's more like how can you get the best chance? Okay, rook d1.
For tricks, maybe. Because now e6 doesn't work again.
We take a look. e6.
Rook f4.
And in the other line with the rook on c1, bishop g5, take and take. This was hanging. Now instead, yeah.
Now bishop g5, queen c3, and
this is a good line. This is a nice line. So the thing is that what is interesting here is that even though you have like strategic better position, you always feel that you have the tactics on your side. It feels like so step by step, and many of your opponents, they fall into your small traps. That's great. So instead of the rook d1, he played queen d7, g3. That's good, I believe.
Yeah, I'm just improving my king, and then I will play b5 later. There is no hurry.
It's also, I think that one very good thing is when your opponent has got such a little time, and when you have this kind of position where he's completely cramped, it's better not to push the position too early, but you just let him suffer, So I like that in the sense, yeah. So a5, h4, rook ac8, and now it was also interesting that you choose to do it now.
I don't know why I push so heavily, but look good. I saw all the line with knight a5, and I thought that was good.
Yeah, I think this. I didn't, because I didn't see. I'm not sure if this is correct. I don't know if you should go for e6 immediately here. Is that possible?
Yeah, rook b1 probably.
You play the same.
Yeah.
Okay, and now if you take.
Queen take.
You take with the queen. Okay. Yeah. I mean, no doubt you have like a good position, but maybe this was. I don't know if this is better than the game, but.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit better.
Yeah. Okay. Queen b7, b1, e6, b6. This was a very nice move. I think that was like a great move,
Yeah.
But you saw that in advance, you said.
Yeah. But now I add some dub because I saw queen a6.
Queen a6, yeah.
Queen
this
a6.
one, yeah.
Rook c8.
Yeah, you can also take on d5.
Yeah.
Want, but okay, but I don't know.
Okay,
take
c8,
here.
Rook c8, b7, rook b8, queen d5.
Yeah, this was what I was thinking of as well.
Bishop c3.
Bishop c3.
But now I can play just knight c4, maybe in knight c6 is not possible.
Yeah. I simply thought that, you don't have to play knight c6 immediately. You just, because this is so strong, and he cannot. I couldn't believe that he could have survived this one.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't see knight c4 actually.
Okay.
But I will see.
So what was your plan?
No, and I wanted to play. Go back. Queen d5 instead of rook c8. Yeah. Queen a6, queen d5.
So in this position, you wanted to play.
No, wait.
It cannot be, huh? It was queen a6 instead of. This was the position. Now you mean to take here, like this.
Yeah. No.
But yes,
no, wait.
Because now it seems like.
Yeah, queen d5. What's the move?
What is the problem here? There is some kind of problem here. Is it rook e5? You play this?
Yeah.
But then maybe you take the
I can
queen.
take maybe. Take on e5. Rook c8. Ah, you have d5. Okay. Oh no. Wait. b7.
Huh.
And maybe queen c5 is not so easy.
And take here, yeah. That's right. This one,
Yeah, this is not so easy.
yeah. So there were still possibilities here to go
Yeah,
wrong. Huh?
very tricky.
But I think this line was very easy. Huh? The other one, this is the correct way to do it. You just to take here and take on d5, knight c4, and it's simply winning.
Yeah.
But of course and I don't know because
I
what was in the game he played queen.
P7.
So you had a lot of minutes left. So
Yeah.
because this is also something. Yeah, plots. Yeah, sorry. No, because what my feeling is that I said that with so little time that Tor Fredrik had, because the final tactics had not started yet, so it's very, very difficult for him to find out how to move on. Okay. So queen e7, you took on d5, queen e2, take b7, rook b8.
Yeah, maybe rook c2 was almost good because rook c2.
Rook c2. Almost good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Queen f3, take. Bishop d4. And queen. And d5 or f5. But I have rook f1 or king g2 even.
This, yes, you have some margin here, I think,
Yeah.
or rook f1. Yes, that's right. Oh, okay, this was just a little bit of a trick, but it was a nice little bit of a trap. It's a checkmate here. Okay. So the game finished off rook b8, knight c6, queen c2.
Yeah.
Oh, you seem to took here. Okay.
Yeah, and d7.
And this one, and then knight d7, and then this will come. He gave up here. Yeah, good game. So tomorrow, who have you not played yet? On the top, you have played Elam. You have played
against everyone.
You have played against everyone. You have played Galperin and Pajeken. No, he lost. Okay, Pajeken lost. So Blueberger, you have played.
Yeah.
Torngren. Falkevall, have you played Falkevall?
No.
Okay, we have, okay. Sørensen and Stefansson. You played Stefansson, huh?
Yes.
Yes, but not
Vandal also.
Sørensen as well. Oh, you have played almost everything. So we'll see what will be the final round, but you seem to have good prospects for the last round. So I wish you good luck. And thank you very much for joining me here in this commentary. So, okay. Thank you. And we have a small break and then we come.